Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
Welcome to the show. This is Tom Chesser, your host on Business Innovators Radio, and I am here today with my featured guest, Rick Guarino. Rick Guarino is the owner of USA Chemical Corporation and the inventor of Grout Sensation, the tile and grout cleaner that cleans tile and grout in seconds. This tile and grout cleaner that is powerful enough to clean grout amazingly fast, but it doesn't harm the grout while cleaning it. It removes mold and mildew and grime and wine and permanent markers, stains, you name it, and Grout Sensation can clean it out of the grout in seconds. Welcome to the show, Rick. I'm so glad to have you here today.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
Before we get started, my friend, in talking about this, because I really enjoyed getting you on the show here today. I know you have a very busy schedule. Before we get started talking about the Grout Sensation story, can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. I've been in the chemical business probably 40 plus years. I started out back in the 70s with the Revlon Corporation in the chemical division on colors and worked with them for quite a while. And then later took a position of vice president for another chemical company that sold nationally and internationally. And then back in around 2006, decided to start my own company, which was USA Chemical Corporation. And we've been going strong ever since.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I don't know, you created this product that is just, it's just all across the country right now. And everybody is talking about how wonderful that is. Can you kind of give us an idea and tell us about the Grout Sensation story and the why about this product and, how that works? Can you do that for me?
Sure. How it actually all got started. I've got 3 daughters that all have their own homes, a lot of tile. And years ago, my daughter came to me and said, Dad, you make all these chemicals. Why can't you produce a chemical that'll actually clean grout? We've bought everything on the market. Nothing works. We've spent all this money and still have dirty tile. So went to work on it, and it took several years. But when I finally got the finished product, gave it to my daughter, said, tell me what you think of this. They took it home, used it. Unbelievable. I'm getting all these great stories from my kids saying, this is the best thing I've ever used. You ought to sell this stuff. But okay. So that's how it all got started.
That it's kind of interesting about that. It's out of the need of necessity that invention really comes through. And you are a chemist, you've done this, and then now all of a sudden your family says, hey, we need it, Dad. Come on, you're great at this stuff. Creating that story and creating, so talk to me a little bit about how Grout Sensation actually works. How does it clean grout so well and so fast? I mean, that's kind of the story behind all of this that is really fascinating.
Well, what we did was when we were actually making the product, a lot of the different ingredients that we did use, clean the grout to a point, and then you look at it and look at the part you didn't clean and you go, well, it's a little bit cleaner. What we did find is the chemicals that actually go into Grout Sensation. And really what it is 3 different detergents. Those detergents are very expensive. And I know a lot of companies have tried to copy us. And then when they look and say, hey, we're not going to use these products because they're too expensive. And our bottom line, we're not going to make the profits we're looking for. So these companies have decided, no, we're going to stick with what we got. Well, we were determined to make the product better than anything else out there on the market. So we use more expensive product that goes into it, and it really does work. When you apply this to your grout lines, what it does, it goes down to the very base of the grout, and it foams up all the dirt, mold, mildew, bacteria, all to the top. Then what you do, just lightly brush. You don't have to scrub this product. And what you're doing is you're actually getting rid of the dirt that every time you mop your floor, the grout is actually recessed from the tile facing. And what you're doing is you're bringing all the dirt from the top of the tile across that grout line, and you're packing it in on the sides of the grout. And that's really why you brush it. You want to loosen the dirt that's along the grout line on the sides of the tile. And like I said, within 30 seconds, mop it with clear water after, and you're done. Now, as far as what it will take out, it literally does take out permanent marker, crayons, which is extremely hard to get out of grout. You get little kids that'll color the grout lines with crayons, and that's a major issue for people. But it will literally ruin anything that gets put on grout.
You know, that's phenomenal, because there's so many things out there, and I know on my tile floors it's a hassle for me to do all that. It takes hours to get it done. It's messy as all get out. The smell, and, you know, even I've burned my skin. It just, you know, if I don't wear the glove properly, or it just flashes up on me, you know, and I think I read in the benefits of really using grout sensation is, number one, you know, it cleans the grout in seconds. It has a light scent, so it's not really a bad odor. It doesn't do any harm to the grout itself. When it deep cleans the grout out of the tile and everything, it really gets in there and does the job. But it makes the dirt kind of float up, from another benefit, and it kills. Now, I like this one a lot, because it kills mold and mildew, you know, and it's also safe for any color grout that's out there. And then the big one for a lot of us people now, in where we live and how we feel about our environment, it's environmentally safe, you know, and hundreds and thousands of dollars are saved by cleaning tile with grout sensation. Did I kind of sum that up pretty good, Rick?
Yeah, very good. And the one thing, when you use any grout cleaning product that's on the market today, any of them, when people put it on their grout line, they brush it a little bit, they wipe it off with a damp cloth or mop. If you run your finger over that grout line, you're going to feel sand. And what those products are doing is they're actually breaking down the grout. With this product, when you put it on, brush it, and I don't care how hard you brush it, wipe it off with a damp cloth, run your finger over that grout line, you'll get absolutely no sand.
Wow, that's amazing. Because, yeah, I know how other cleaners tear up the grout. And then I've had to go in there, and I've actually had to go back and replace some grout, to be honest with you. That's something I never quite understood. But, you know, the thing that I like about this so much is also, you know, it doesn't harm. I usually wear gloves, and then I wear a mask, and I'm looking like I'm, you know, walking into a hazard zone when I go to work on this stuff. But you can literally put this thing down with your fingers. It's not going to burn your skin. It's not going to do anything like that. Is that correct?
That is totally correct. For the last 13 years, I have demonstrated this product all over the country, and I never wear rubber gloves, and I've never had an issue.
That, to me, is invaluable. That's something that, man, I tell you what, I hate suiting up to do something like that, and I'm always scared that, you know, the harmful chemicals are going to hurt everybody else in the family. Then I'm getting in there, and I'm even working harder to make sure that I get all that chemical up, and that's what takes so long. That could take literally a couple of days to do that process, and I know I've experienced that. And then basically this thing here just works in seconds. Have you ever timed yourself doing this, where you counted down the seconds of when this actually takes place?
Well, actually, when we were doing a video to show how fast this works, I colored a line with a Sharpie permanent black marker, and I put a stopwatch where the camera would pick it up. And it took about 23 seconds to get that permanent marker out of the grout.
That's fast. And the other thing is, you have the grout sensation, but you also, you don't stop there. You also have the grout brush. So you sell the brush that really we need to use when we do the chemicals. So I don't have to go look for something else or try to figure something else that was going to work with it. You know how that goes. You're going into a hardware store. Now you found the product, but then how do I apply that product? So you have the grout brush as well that works with this product that you sell, correct?
The nice thing about the grout brush, it's about 9 inches long, but it's shaped in the form of a V. What it does, it fits right into the grout line. What's nice about it is you can put a mop handle on it. Any mop handle will fit. Just screw it on, and you can walk right down your grout line without actually getting on your hands and knees. And it makes it very fast to clean grout. And the other thing is the brush is extremely durable. Now, I have hotels that say, well, how many brushes should I buy? You really don't need a lot. You only need enough for the people that are actually using the product, because this brush will last for years.
You're absolutely right, because, I've gone out there, like I said, I've done this. Oh, my friend, I have done this, and it's such a pain to clean grout and try to get everything just right. But, this really has made it faster, easier, and more effective than anything I've ever seen out there. And, when you first started doing this, you didn't take it really to the retail stores at first. I think you really went out after the big boys and went to the hotel chains. And that's where you really got a lot of eyeballs on it, because tell me a little bit of when you first took this product out, before you actually took it into the retail stores.
Well, the hotels, one of their biggest issues is grout line. And we introduced it to some local Hilton hotels. Went in, did a little demonstration, managers blown away, because what they do is they have inspectors that come in every 2-3 months. They go through the entire hotel. And the things the hotels always got written up for was the grout. So when I walked into a Hilton or a Marriott, I've got a product that'll actually clean this grout in seconds. There was no hesitation. Seriously? Show me. And within 2 minutes, the guy is saying, unbelievable. You've got to be kidding me. Then what happened was, the inspector for the hotels went into some of the hotels and said, my God, how do you keep this grout so clean? They told him about grout sensation. So when the inspectors started going into other hotels, they would fail on the floors, and the inspector would say, hey, call this company. They'll actually send you out a sample to try on your grout before you even buy it. This stuff's amazing. And within a year, we were in thousands of hotels across the United States. And I actually thank all the inspectors for doing this.
Yeah, if you could clean a hotel floor with all that traffic and everything else, and just think about that, man, it's almost like it could do anything. It's invincible, it's one of those things.
Let me explain one more thing about grout sensation.
Sure.
When you put this on, what I told you in the beginning is it goes down to the base of the grout. Now, one thing that's great for customers, not so much for us, is this product actually does go to the base of the grout. And when people use it and they mop the floor with clear water after they're done, now their grout is clean. What happens is this product is laying dormant at the base of that grout line. When people mop their floors once a week, once every couple of weeks, when they mop it with their regular detergent, the water actually reactivates that product that's laying at the base of that grout. So any dirt that got into that during the time period, what it does, it reactivates it and it pulls all of that dirt that got in the grout over the last week or two. It takes that back out. And that's amazing for people, because instead of constantly trying to keep your grout clean, this product will stay in there for a couple of months. And then what happens is maybe after a month or two, they can add another cup or 2 cups to their mop water, mop their floor. They're putting this product back into the grout, and it's going to continue to work and keep their grout clean.
That's amazing that it has that kind of effect. And I think that was 10 years ago that you went into the hotel chains and did that. And when did you actually start getting this product into the Ace Hardware stores?
Well, we started locally with some of the Ace Hardwares, and they got to experience their customers coming back and saying, wow, this stuff is fantastic, and then telling friends, and they would go in and start buying it. Well, the story kind of worked its way into corporate. And corporate said, okay, we're gonna put it in one warehouse. We said, okay, that's great, because it'll give more stores an opportunity to put it in their stores. This all started about 3 years ago. It did not take long for us to go from Florida all the way out to California, all in the lower southern states, because that's where most of the tile is. Although we do sell in New York, we sell all over the United States. And now we have approximately 1,000 Ace Hardware stores that we're in.
Yeah, I mean, you're in Alabama and Arkansas and Arizona and California and Florida and Georgia and Hawaii and Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri, Nevada, New Mexico, North Carolina, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Utah. And also, I mean, if they can't find it, if they walk into their local Ace Hardware store and it's not on the shelf, all they have to do is there is a vendor number, right, that they could pass on? Is that correct?
Which is 48375. And that store can get to their warehouse, whoever services them, and they can order it right in.
And that's for the Grout Sensation. And then what's the vendor number for the brush itself then?
156341.
See, yeah. So if I don't find it where I'm at right then, I can just tell them, hey, then order it. Go in here and order it. And I know you guys are really progressing, and one of these days they won't have to worry about that. You'll be in every Ace Hardware store. I think understand that you might even be going into other retail places. Possibly, am I correct when I say True Value is one of those?
True Value was one, and I believe Bed Bath & Beyond. I know my manager has been talking to several different companies that are saying, hey, we've been hearing fantastic stories about this product. So, that's our long-term plan.
Well, that sounds really aggressive, and I think you guys are going to do it. You've done so well so far to move this direction, from the major hotel chains across the country to almost every hotel chain. And then now you've got into Ace Hardware stores, and you got over, you said 1,000 stores so far. And I think that's going to continue to grow, my friend. I think that's going to work really well for you guys. And man, I'll tell you what, I think what I might do some of these times is say, hey, walk into True Value and say, hey, do you have a bottle of this stuff? Can you tell us a little bit how, when we're doing this, it not only benefits, but can you kind of give me the process of what I need to do when I'm applying this, pour it on the grout line? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay. It's very, very simple. Now, like hotels, I suggest a little 1-gallon pump-up sprayer. Put the product in there. You can pump up sprayer on a stream. So you can literally walk right down the grout line. Come back with that special grout brush. Just lightly brush it. Don't have to scrub it. Clear water and a mop it up, and you're done. Now, when you see all of this dirt, mold, mildew, bacteria, everything coming up out of the grout, you can actually bring that over the tile facing. Brush that a little bit, and it will return that tile facing, especially the top of the tile that has grooves or little designs where the dirt gets packed into it. It will just totally clean that back to brand new.
And that's as easy as 1, 2, 3 in my book any day of the year, so that's fast. That's efficient. And like I said, you can get the grout sensation and the brush, and you pretty much got everything you need. And then, the mop and the water. And yeah, man, I tell you what, I don't need much to get this job done, and it's very effective. It's also, I want to touch back again. This is really a very safe product, so homeowners can feel that it's really okay for pets. Is that correct? Or how does that work with that? Is that good for pets? It's not going to harmful?
No, but I've actually had dogs where I've gotten phone calls. My dog, I put it on my tile floor, and my dog came in and started licking it. What do I need to do? Absolutely nothing. Let the dog drink some water. It'll neutralize. It's not going to hurt your pet at all.
That's good because, and here's the thing, like I was talking about, there is some major testimonials out there talking about this product all the way from Arizona and New York and across the country. And I'd like to share some of those with you that I had found. And maybe if you have some other ones, you could tell me about them. But here's what I'm reading up about you, my friend. There's a Corey in Arizona. And what he says is that, what a wonderful product. I just used the grout sensation that I got from a friend. He got it from a friend. Amazing. I would like to know what you would recommend for pet urine or my carpets. I am going to another friend's house tonight to demo your product. Thank you. It really, really works. I have tried a ton of other products and they never work. Thanks again. My floors look brand new. And then there's David, who is the manager of an environmental service in a 160-bed hospital in upstate New York, as well as 8 other buildings in our system, is what he says. This letter is to tell you, he wrote, I guess, this to you, to tell you of our experience with grout sensation. I was very skeptical when I was approached with this product. I had many experiences with vendors telling me that they had the next best product for cleaning grout and tile. They were usually labor intensive for my staff, or the vendor needed to do the work at an extreme expense. So when Rick, you came into the door, you demonstrated the product. I was not really expecting much. Was I ever mistaken? He told me that the product will work with little scrubbing and make the grout look like new. And he was absolutely right. He squirted grout sensation on the tile floor in a public bathroom. Oh, that would have been good. And you could instantly see the product begin to work. He actually just rubbed the grout line with his finger, and you could see the grout coming clean. This did not take minutes, but seconds to begin working. He then demonstrated the product, talking about you again, on grout in a kitchen area that had tan grout lines that had not been tan in many years, and it worked amazingly well. We have since done all of our tile in our hospital and are extremely pleased with the results. It is easy to use and produces great results. There is no odor, and you do not need any kind of machine to get great results. Again, I am very pleased with grout sensation. I would recommend it to anyone to give it a try, and that's David. Also, there was one more that said that this was Mary out of Syracuse, New York, and she says, I found this product, grout sensation, at Roma Tile on Wolf Street in Syracuse, and they had been selling it for over a year. As I have purchased and made gifts to my friends, I am sending this as I saw that some people on here aren't sure where they can find it. So she's literally getting it and giving it to her friends. And then you got Kimberly Jones. I saw this product on Facebook. I have one word: amazing. You are right there, and has been nothing out there in the market to clean grout at this time. Ronald in Georgia. This is by far one of the greatest products in delivering what it promised. It works better than in the presentation, and I challenge you to find a better, quicker product. Bill out of Syracuse, why can't I get this grout cleaner at Lowe's or Home Depot? I finally found it in Roma Tile on Wolf Street. I live in Chicago area, and I would like to be able to get it closer than going into the city. My wife can't get over how her grout and tile look brand new. It also was an easy application for me. I think this goes on. I mean, Bill, I'm reading these. Man, I tell you what, Bill out of New York. I'm glad to be able to tell you just how wonderful your product, Grout Sensation, is. I purchased it at the Syracuse Home and Garden Show last spring. It not only did what you said it would, but even I was completely surprised at its performance. I ended up going back to the show the following day and purchased one for every one of my children, and they too were as happy as I was. Thank you, and I'm considering checking more of your products in your category. And then Jim out of JK, I think it's JK out of New York, I picked up this product from a friend who was using it at a hospital. They have been using it on the tile floors, and I can't believe how easy and how clean my tile floors are now. You named it right, Grout Sensation. That is just a glowing report on the internet about you, my friend, and I think there's more to come.
Well,
do you have any other stories out there about how well this is working?
Honestly, Tom, we could sit here for the next 5-6 hours and just read one after another because with so many products that you buy online or you buy in a store, you take it home, you expect it to work. People use it and they're thoroughly disgusted. And they go, I spent all this money and it doesn't work. I don't see any kind of a difference. And when people do use Grout Sensation, my computer lights up with these one after another. Just tried your product. Can't believe it. It's amazing. It does do exactly what you said it would do. We are just so thankful and so happy that people can now finally buy something that works.
Yeah, when you can find something that works, it just explodes. It goes viral, and I think that's exactly what's happened to this product. And I'm sure everybody out there would just love to say thank you very much. Thank you to your daughter that made you step up to create something that is so amazing, that really cleans grout and tile within seconds. And the benefits of it are just numerous, and we've already discussed that. Can you kind of give me an idea of, in closing today, where can we actually go online to get this product?
You can actually order it from USA Chemical, and if you punch in USA Chemical, you'll see us pop up. Punch in Grout Sensation, will pop up. It's very easy to buy it online, but for all the people in the areas of any Ace Hardware store, because like I said, all the lower states carry it, just go into an Ace Hardware and you should find it.
Well, great. And if you don't, give them the numbers, the vendor number, and they will definitely get it for you. Well, Rick, it's about time to wrap up the show today, and I just wanted to say thank you very much for being my guest. It's been very entertaining and very informative about Grout Sensation and the grout brush and the amazing results that all these people are having out there across the country, and thank goodness now everybody listening out there can now, if you haven't used it and you need something to clean your grout, you know exactly where to go. Drive to your nearest Ace Hardware store. Go online and find the location for your Ace Hardware store. Now that Ace is the place, your friendly hardware store has Grout Sensation, you really shouldn't have a problem getting the job that you've been regretting to do, to get it done efficiently, effectively, faster, and better than anything else on the market today. So, Rick, it is my sincere thank you to say thank you for being on the show, Rise Up Radio, Business Innovators Radio. Just want to applaud you for the great work that you're doing out there. Now, also, I wanted to make sure that I gave them, you have a phone number, right, that they can call? They can call you. What is your number there, Rick?
They can call the office at 1-866-791-0643.
Okay, once again, that is 866-791-0643. Rick, in closing today, I just want to say thank you once again. Is there anything else that we had in closing here that you wanted to say?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. I'm really hoping that your listeners give it a try, because I think they'll be extremely pleased, like everybody else that's using it.
I'm sure that's the case, my friend, and I've really enjoyed this time spending it with you. This is a phenomenal product that's going to help a lot of people in their homes. And I would like to thank my audience today for being here, along with Rick, to explore Grout Sensation, your vast, effective grout cleaning solution. I just wanted to close this show by saying, like always, all of us working together like Rick and everybody else out there, you know, we can really do amazing things if we are working together and help people's lives. So this is Tom Chesser once again from Business Innovators Radio and Rise Up Radio saying, have a blessed day, and thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.